How's it, man? Spike from Wavescape here. I've got a surf report of boundless proportions for you for Monday the 21st of June until the weekend, and in fact well into next week. The winter has definitely arrived, that's for sure. From tomorrow the swell starts to go ginormous, and then it doesn't drop below 6 to 8 feet for like 10 days with proper bouts of big wave surf in between. And these are being driven by a number of cold fronts that are stacking up one after the other. The first one is this ginormous, humongous beast of a storm looming south-southwest of the Cape Peninsula, and it's pushing in a huge swell on Wednesday. This is then backed up by another storm that arrives Friday, Saturday, dropping below the country and then forming this immensely powerful little stretch of southerly wind up to 60 knots that fires a salvo of very intense south swell at the whole southern and eastern Cape coastline, and to a lesser degree to the west coast. Come Sunday and Monday, wow, we just get so much south swell from this part of a double-barreled beast, double swell that's going to arrive, and that's going to just keep it coming well into next week with more storms stacking up. I mean, it's unbelievable, and finally it's happened. Winter's here. It's on the shortest day of the year, 21st of June, which is supposed to be peak winter, and finally we've got winter. It's taken us half of winter for us to reach peak winter, but at least it's here. We get some nice rain for the southwestern Cape, and even for PE side, a little bit of rain is due as well. Intermittent showers for a couple of days, and then on Friday and into Saturday, more rain, and it actually spreads quite nicely there. So on Monday we've got a little bit of swell around, maybe 3 to 5 foot all the way around the coast, with strong precursor northerly to northwesterlies, devil's wind, northwesterly berg winds in the southern to eastern Cape coast. This stiffens. Check how strong it is in the Karoo, 40 knots there. Off Cape Town it goes galeforce tonight, early hours of Tuesday, and then it's here proper. But it kind of shoots across the bow of the southwestern Cape and then drops further down. Still hectic winds, and the swell is jacking all day Tuesday. If you look at the waves, you'll see that pretty much 8 in the morning, the grunt of the swell starting to arrive, 12 foot at 11 seconds, spreading to the east, and then all day Tuesday getting bigger and bigger, starting to get more period, more grunt, more energy, 15 foot at 13 seconds. And then overnight into Wednesday, proper big waves, 20 foot plus waves in Cape Town, and 10 to 12 foot waves in the eastern Cape. Westerly winds blowing right across the whole country. Some swell starting to seep up into KZN as well. Lovely offshore conditions everywhere except Cape Town. Cape Town is the loser with this first storm, because the winds here are strong westerly, direct onshore, continues into Wednesday as well. Even though the winds are dying, you can see wind gusts to 60 knots, not great when it's an onshore. Yeah, Cape Town is solid on Wednesday, but unfortunately very messy and wild and woolly. Whereas along the southern Cape to eastern Cape coast, it's lovely crisp offshore conditions, but boy oh boy, the waves are probably a bit much for most of the coast. We're looking at least 8 to 10 foot plus surf. Yeah, some points absolutely firing, others completely no-go. Thursday the swell keeps on coming, slightly more southerly bent to it, so it's starting to fill into the bays that are face south, like False Bay, you know, like all these bays along the southern and eastern Cape coast. So more swell, more consistent, more direct. Also in terms of wind, continues to be glassy and beautiful conditions, especially early on Thursday. Absolutely firing for the dawn patrol. And then northeast to glassy conditions up the west coast, firing there as well. Lacquer conditions, but the onshores do bite a little bit east of Agulhas. But then come Friday, the other little beast is now looming to the west. Here it comes, 985 millibars, pretty strong. And that basically is going to be arriving early on Friday morning and then spreading east into the hinterland and right up into the eastern Cape, especially on Saturday, becoming busters. The swell jacking on Friday, but hasn't quite arrived yet. And it's going to start off with a westerly angle, west to southwest angle. There you can see the leftover 8 foot south swell from the previous storm. And then come Saturday, big waves from a westerly perspective all around the coast, 20 foot, 13 seconds there, 16 foot or so there. If we're looking at the wind, this is when the southerly component of that storm starts to kick in. So we look at wind gusts better. It just deepens to 968 millibars, and there's a gigantic core fetch inside to the west of that low pressure's eye, and that's what's going to be bringing a giant swell for Sundays when it's going to actually arrive. Saturday, blown out, hardcore winds all across the coast, so sheltered spots only. Gale force westerly busters blowing all the way up the coast. Cape Town has gone a bit onshore, but the focus of this swell is going to actually be east of Agulhas. 0 foot at 16 seconds, no bro. Okay, 20 foot at 13, 21 foot at 13 seconds, and bigger the further east you go, because you can see the focal point of the swell is really much on the southeastern corner of the African continent, basically, and it's going off its noggin, and there's so much south in the swell. Even filling up False Bay, check there on Sunday, southerly swell 12 foot at 13 seconds, that's big, eh? Solid 6 to 8 foot in all these bays, and bigger along this coast, up to 8, 10, 12, 15 foot even. And it's just pouring through, and of course wind-wise, it's fresh westerly. It's pumping, but it's wild and it's woolly and it's not manageable at most spots. And then it just keeps on giving. Monday, stiff but fresh, clean, offshore winds, swell, straight south, 11 foot at 12 seconds here, 13 feet at 13 seconds there, out of control at most spots again, but cooking at others, absolutely firing. And that lasts all the way through Monday. Just keeps on giving, keeps on pouring through. Keeps on pouring through all the way through Tuesday. And Tuesday, again, a new front is now preparing to arrive. Cape Town goes fresh northwest. Devil's winds again all the way up the coast. So guys, yeah, man, the swell is coming, the wind is coming. If you're planning your surf trip, you need to be doing it quite soon, because this is going to be one of those epic up the coast trips that you will never regret. It's going to be cooking. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Cheers. See you in the surf.